Without a dominant receiver, it's going to force Jaxson Dart to look at the whole field and only throw to the open guy rather than try to get the ball to one guy. Plus, it's going to help develop some of the other younger, really good receivers like Wan'Dale Robinson, who may or may not be on my fantasy team and who has shown some signs of progress and excitement. That's my hard sell. How did I do?
Ian Rappaport, who apparently is a gigantic fantasy nerd, talking about what the Giants' passing game will look like without Malik Neighbors. And we all just feel gutted for Malik. Louisiana guy, stud at LSU, awesome rookie season with the Giants, emerging as one of the best wide receivers in the NFL, and cut down in week 4 of his second year with a torn ACL, and he has a long recovery ahead of him, and we wish him a speedy recovery, and hopefully he's back soon to being one of the top receivers in the entire National Football League. That can exist, and so too can the reality as we talk about the competitive balance of the game on Sunday, where you have Jaxson Dart, who's a rookie quarterback, making his first ever road start, and he has to do it now without Malik Neighbors, who's obviously his best weapon. Harry Douglas obviously played wide receiver in the NFL, and he does a show on ESPN Radio nationally called Freddie and Harry, and he tried to discuss the impact on Jaxson Dart not having Malik Neighbors.
He also has another rookie to back him up and have his back. And I thought Cam Scatterboo, Freddie, how many times did I say that right before, Tyron Lacey got hurt and Scatterboo got the starting job? He needed to be the starting running back because he brings something different to the Giants football team. It's that physicality from an offensive standpoint, but just his physicality, blocking and pass protection, blocking when he's a lead blocker for Jaxson Dart, and also rushing the football like that. That's something different that I feel like this team needs.
Of course, we all had the opportunity a year ago. We college football fans had the opportunity to see Cam Scatterboo a year ago, and he just really emerged to stardom, especially late in the season. The incredible performance he had in the playoff game against the University of Texas. And Scatterboo, his NFL career here with the Giants, although they're 1-3, he's off to a pretty good start. He leads the Giants in rushing so far through 4 games. He's got 48 rushing attempts for 181 yards, just under 4 yards a carry. I understand that's not great, but after Scatterboo at 48 rushing attempts, next closest is Tyrone Tracy Jr. at 22. So you're seeing a couple of rookies here with Scatterboo and Dart who are kind of emerging as the future, along with Malik Neighbors, of this offense in New York. And it was interesting hearing a couple of former NFL head coaches talk about these young guys. Rex Ryan, for example, was on Get Up, and he talked about what having those young guys, Scatterboo, Dart, like what those young guys brought to the Giants in their win against the Chargers on Sunday.
Not only was the quarterback bringing juice, the running back bringing juice, it feeds to the entire football team. Yeah. Dexter Lawrence, Burns, all those guys. That defense, best that defense played. It's no surprise to me. And I've been calling from jump about it. In 42 rush attempts. I've seen that formula work before. Don't tell me it can't be done.
Ground and pound with a rookie quarterback.
Yeah, go to a championship game. Why? We led the league in rushing attempts. That's how you do it. You manage a rookie quarterback like this. And what I saw, the energy this cat had. He had like over 50-some yards rushing.
Rex Ryan, of course, is talking about when he was with the Jets, and Mark Sanchez was the quarterback that they drafted, and they went to the AFC Championship game, leaning heavily on the run game and the defense. And ultimately, that was not sustainable, but you have to have a dominant run game and a dominant defense, which the Jets had. I'm not sure the Giants have, but it was impressive against LA this past weekend. And Sunday for Dart in his debut, it was his 3rd game played, but that was his first start. And against the Chargers, they didn't ask Dart to do much. He was 13 of 20 for 111 yards. Say that again. 13 of 20 for 111. Touchdown, no interceptions. He also ran it 10 times for 54 yards and a score. That might be the differentiator that you put the asterisk next to. But the Chargers lost the turnover battle 2-0. The Giants possessed the football for 35.5 minutes to 24.5 for the Chargers. And the Giants' defense recorded 6 sacks. Remember, Joe Alt, the Chargers, the Notre Dame first-rounder of a year ago, got hurt and carted off in that game. So the question is, okay, maybe that formula can work if you get 6 sacks, win the turnover battle 2-0, and control time of possession by 11 minutes. And by the way, they won the game 21-18. It's not like it was a rout. So, and that was at home. So I look at Dart, and it was impressive to manage it the way he did. And Herm Edwards was also on ESPN Radio, who gave his impression of Jaxson Dart's debut.
It was fun to watch, and plays with a lot of energy, but he's going to have to temper himself some because he's not going to make it through the season if he continues to run and not protect himself. And that's the first thing I would tell him when the game's over. That next day, hey, look, man, you want to have a long career, you got to learn how to slide, you got to learn how to get down. Because at this rate, you're going to run into a guy that's a little bit bigger, a little bit stronger. And the problem is when they hit you and you don't get up, then you're standing over here by me, and that's not a good thing. I want you in the game. So if you're a Giants fan, you're excited about it.
That is one thing to watch. And I remember when Joe Burrow was a rookie, it was a very similar conversation. When there was this story, forgive me, I don't know the ref's name, but there was a ref who kind of went up. It was one of those mic'd up moments when the ref went up to Burrow during his rookie season. He's like, hey, Nine, you're a great player. You need to learn to slide. You need to learn to get down. So, protect yourself. And it's the same true for Dart and for all these quarterbacks. But, I look at Dart, and I can understand the excitement for the Giants getting a win behind their rookie quarterback. Listen, I mean, Spencer Rattler's tried 10 times now and still hasn't gotten a win. Dart got a win in his first go-round. And remember, the New Orleans Saints put a ton of time into evaluating Dart through the draft process. Remember, New Orleans tried to trade back into round 1 to draft Jaxson Dart, but the Giants were the one that got the deal done to trade back into the back of round 1 to select Dart. The Saints were trying to get back in to take him, and ultimately they took Shuck in round 2 at number 40 because they couldn't get the deal done to move back in. I mean, and Kellen Moore on Monday had a lot to say about Jaxson Dart, someone they spent a lot of time evaluating.
Yeah, Jackson's a really good player. He was a really impressive player at Ole Miss, and so when we went through this process, obviously we spent a lot of time with him. He's a great kid. He's going to be a really good quarterback in this league, and for him to come out, win his first game, use his legs in some situations, he's a really talented player, and so he's going to get better each and every week, and so that's going to be the challenge for us. Is he's going to be a much better player this week than he was last week, and so it'll be a challenge for us. There's still a lot of unknown just because he's only played one regular season game, and it'll be a lot of challenging circumstances for us.
There's a few things though that I think are super relevant. One, so far the Saints, the 4 quarterbacks they've faced, Kyler Murray's played in 86 games. Mac Jones has played in 54. Sam Darnold's played in 87 career games. Josh Allen, 115, and he's won an MVP. Now you face Jaxson Dart without Malik Neighbors. And if I flip this and look at the New Orleans Saints, each week you have gone against a legit number 1 who has really had a field day against Kool-Aid McKinstry. Marvin Harrison Jr., 5 catches, 71 yards, and a score. Juwan Jennings, 5 catches, 89 yards, and a score. JSN, 5 catches, 96 yards, and a score. Shakir this last week, 5 catches, 69 yards, and a score. No Malik Neighbors. Can Slayton do it alone for the Giants? Big question. Maybe. But again, Dart was only 13 of 20 for 111 yards. They gave him a lot of manageable situations and manageable throws. I don't know that they're looking for the game breaker play from Dart. You may need that against this Saints defense. And the other part of it, too, is rookie quarterbacks in recent history haven't done great even against New Orleans. A year ago, the Saints did face Jaden Daniels, but that was a close game in the Dome. Remember, that one finished 20-19. And then in 2023, they beat Bryce Young twice. They were 2-0 against Bryce Young. They faced Tyson Bagent and Tommy Cutlets that year as well. So and beat them both, obviously. So it's just a really difficult thing to ask a rookie quarterback making his first road start without his best receiver to try to win the game. It's why the Saints are a slight favorite. If the Saints go play clean, I think the Saints have a great shot to get their first win of Kellen Moore's career, and obviously the first win for Spencer Rattler, who currently is 0-10. Saints and Giants Sunday at noon in the Dome. Hey, thanks so much for watching. Please leave your comments. I love to interact. And be sure to hit the red subscribe button below.